Hello, you're welcome. You're welcome onto this channel today, and it gives me great joy to notice you in this video. I'm Dr. Olayinka Kanle. I'm a sociologist. I'm a researcher. I'm a lecturer in the university. I'm a life coach. I'm a public speaker. On this channel, I do a number of stuffs. For all these stuffs, you can easily cluster them into four: sociology, research, relationship, and migration. All this I do as regularly as possible to make sure my viewers and subscribers are the best they can be. And if today is your first time of coming in contact with my video or my channel, kindly subscribe to this channel. It means a lot. Tell others about this channel. Kindly comment, like, and share. If you have subscribed to this channel previously, thank you very much for staying tuned. Comment, like, and share. Tap your notification button so that you might be alerted every time I drop new content. Today is the part 2 of the topic or the title I started in my last video. This is the concluding part. So if you come in contact with this video and you've not watched the part 1, kindly watch that one, because this is only a concluding part. The title of this video is Danger Signs of Predatory Journals, Part 2. Danger Signs of Predatory Journals, Part 2. In Part 1, I mentioned some things you should consider while publishing, why you have to publish as regularly as possible, and don't be so pushed to the wall that predatory journals will take advantage of you. I defined predatory journals. I mentioned other names they are called, and some fundamental signs, danger signs that you have to carefully consider. So you need to watch the part 1 to have the total view. On this part 2, I will continue and say a major danger sign is the fact that predatory journals don't reject papers. They don't reject papers because they are very much interested in your paper to boost their online content, to legitimize their existence, and make money. The ultimate interest of predatory journals, the ultimate interest is to make money, to extort, to exploit, to take advantage of unsuspecting researcher, academic, or authors. And that's why I drop this video so that you are able to build a capacity so that predatory journals don't take advantage of you or exploit you. So they don't reject papers. No matter what you submit, they will simply publish it. Even if it doesn't meet the minimum standard, they will still publish it. They don't have plagiarism check. They don't use softwares like Authenticate or Turnitin or other softwares. They don't. They simply publish. What's their business with doing plagiarism check? You do plagiarism check if you want to confirm the originality of the work. And if it's not original, you reject. But in this case, the predatory journals don't want to reject. So they just simply want to make money. So if you are able to publish with them, even if it's trash, they make their money, and they're business people. Greedy ones for that matter. Point number 3 you have to know in this part 2 is that they have domain name that usually end with .com or .org. They don't have specialized domain names like many reputable journals will have. They just have, pedestal, ordinary domain name that you would not expect a reputable journal to have. Now, another point is that they usually have poorly designed websites. You don't even need to have you don't need to be a website or IT expert to know that this website is poorly designed. Reputable journals invest heavily on their site, the security system on the site, even their aesthetics, even the content, even the details. You can see some professional touches on this website. But predatory journals, they don't invest in their website. It's simply as flat as possible. So if you take your time to carefully, even with your elementary or minimal understanding of website, you will see that the websites are usually poorly designed. And another point is that the editorial boards are not key or core experts in the areas where the journals publish. For every area of knowledge, you have key experts, known experts in those areas that will be on the editorial board of reputable journals. Predatory journals don't have such experts, and they just pick people randomly. Even the spread, geographical spread, gender spread, that disciplinary spread, that reputable journals will have on the editorial board. And so the predatory journals don't have these, because reputable people don't want to be associated with such predatory journals. So they have a facade, random editorial board. Meanwhile, editorial board is part of what you have to consider if you are publishing, even in reputable journals. You want to be sure that the who is who in that discipline, in that subject area, is associated with such journals. And such reputable people are also careful before they join an editorial board. So that's why you have a lot of predatory journals having editorial boards that are a facade, that are not organized and are not legitimate. I was saying in the part 1 about one journal, predatory journal, even a number of them that have sent invites to me to come and join the editorial board. I simply declined. Once I look at their website, I look at some of these benchmarks that I've been mentioning since part 1, and I look at the editorial board and say, well, these journals are not standard, and I don't want them to damage my reputation. So I simply decline. So another point is that such predatory journals are usually located in poor countries or countries with weak copyright laws. Because predatory journals they engage in activities that we can easily consider copyright infringements, violation of extant copyright laws. So if they are domiciled in developed countries, definitely they will be easily arrested and dealt with summarily. So they target countries, usually poor countries, underdeveloped countries, or countries with poor or weak copyright laws, and stay in those places. So when you check the contact, when you check the addresses, if you painstakingly, sometimes they disguise all of this, but if you check painstakingly, if you are careful, you will discover that they are in countries with poor or weak copyright laws. And this is very important. And another very important factor that I've discovered in all of this is that predatory journals always attach names of developed countries or international to the names of their journals, just to get legitimacy, just to make you feel. You can see American Journal of this, British Journal of this, Australian Journal of that, or you see Canadian Journal of that, countries, advanced countries, or European Journal of so and so. They usually join names of developed countries so as to create international outlook for unsuspecting writers or authors. Even big journals, reputable journals, also have all of these big names and international names of countries attached. But there are still reputable journals that you will not have names of countries attached to them, and people know that these are reputable journals. But predatory journals are always dropping names of developed countries to attract unsuspecting writers. Unfortunately, both writers or authors from poor countries and rich countries fall victims. The predatory journals take advantage of them. So it's not only maybe some scholars from some part of the world. My experience, my researches have shown that both scholars from rich and poor countries fall victim, when predatory journals take advantage of people. So, and you also see this predatory journals attaching international to their names. International Journal of, or American Journal of, European Journal of, British Journal of, Australian Journal of, Canadian Journal of, always attaching these international or names of developed countries to that. But developing countries, I think, they particularly target people from developing countries also, because the promotion guidelines of many developing countries, suggest they must be published in international journals. And many of these people find it difficult to penetrate these reputable journals. So when they see predatory journals, sometimes unknowingly, having names like international or European journal or American journal, they consider this, based on their promotion guidelines in their home countries, they consider such journals international, and they fall victim in that direction. So scholars from developing countries are specifically more targeted, because many schools in developing countries don't also have strong mentoring process to mentor people on how to publish in this direction. And that's why I decided to make this video, so to conscientize people, to build people's capacity in this direction. And many developed countries are already taking steps in terms of creating awareness, sensitizing, and they have frameworks, scholarly frameworks, to guide people so that they don't fall victims. They don't become victims of this predatory journals. So the last point I will mention is that predatory journals are usually very desperately looking for victims, desperately looking for money by targeting scholars, especially young scholars who are not experienced, or scholars from countries without strong publishing frameworks and mentoring process. So they are desperate, sending emails to them, like I said in the part 1, unsolicited emails, follow-ups. If you even make an inquiry, they bombard you with many follow-up emails. They are desperate until you pay, which is actually their ultimate interest. So if you take this part 1 and part 2 together, I'm sure you must have been very empowered to be careful when you are publishing next. But keep working, keep writing, keep researching, so that you have enough papers that you can publish, and you have enough time to wait for the turnaround time. But whatever you do, make sure you don't publish in predatory journals. Take your time to be rigorous, to be patient, and get published in reputable journals. You can watch my videos on how to publish an impact factor and be published by reputable publishers, or how to write articles for publication in reputable journals. You can also comment if you need more insight on this. We can engage bilaterally, to get the best. But no matter what you do, make sure you don't publish with predatory journals. It damages academic or scholarly reputation. So don't publish with them. Subscribe to this channel. Tell others, comment, like, and share. Until I see you in my next video, be your best.